right, these are problems 6 through 9 on review day number 7. First one gives us a graph of g prime, tells us g of 0 is equal to 1, and we want to know what g of 3 is. So we're going from 0 to 3. So the area of this g prime graph from 0 to 3 will tell us how much g changed. So that's this quarter circle. The circle has a radius of 2. The full area would be 4 pi. This part then is just pi. And it's this triangle that has a height of 3, base of 1. So 3 times 1 divided by 2 is 3 halves. I'll write it as 3 halves here. All right. And no, I apologize. It has a height of 2. I need to read that right. So 2 times 1 divided by 2. It got an area of 1. All right. So this is how much it changed. It was 1, so it's going to be 1 plus pi plus 1. This is the added value to what was there. And we end up with pi plus 2, which is b. All right. I would have caught that if it was 1.5. But, yeah, we'll move on. Number 7 here. Let f be the function given by this. What's the maximum value? So when we see a maximum value, what we want to find are critical points first. So I'm going to take the derivative of this. F prime of x equals 3x squared minus 12x minus 15. Set it equal to 0. I'll pull that 3 out. And we'll get x minus 5, x plus 1. And so I get x equal 5 or negative 1. Now we're only interested in from 0 to 6, so I can get rid of negative 1. I don't care about that. We're going to look at 0, 5, and 6. And I want to know what the highest of those will be. So if I put 0 in, I get 0, 0, 0, end up with 0 for that. If I put 5 in, I'm going to get 125 minus 150 minus 75. So that's certainly going to be negative. It's going to be negative something. I'm looking for the maximum value, so the fact that it's negative means that's probably not going to work for us, right? Let's put 6 in. 6 times 6, 36 times 6 more gives us 216. Minus 6 times 36, which is 216, minus 6 times that's 90. That's also going to be a negative value. And so both of these give me a negative value, therefore 0 must be my maximum on that. All right. So weird that it would just be 0, but that's what we get for that one. All right, then you got to this one, and this one could have thrown you off quite a bit. It's not a u sub. If you took this as your u, you don't have anything to cancel the 2x plus 4. It's not a natural log because you don't have the derivative of this up here. You can't just bring these terms up individually. That's what they're trying to get you to do on D. It doesn't quite work that way. So and again, it's not a natural log because you don't have the derivative here. So it's one of these new ones that we learned a week or so ago, the arcsine, arctan. Now, here's the key is if you remember, the derivative of arcsine is 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. It's got this square root in it, whereas the arctangent is 1 over 1 plus x squared. And if we put x plus 2 here, arctan x plus 2, the derivative of this, I should really have derivatives on these, but the derivative of this arctan x plus 2 is 1 over 1 plus x plus 2 squared. And if you square that out, you get x squared plus 4x plus 4. And if you go 1 plus the 4, that's where this 5 comes from. So really, this is arctan x. This one becomes easier. Instead of trying to actually integrate this, it's easier if you just think about taking the derivative of these. And then that leads you to the answer a little easier. Not that it's an easy problem. All right, our last one here says that f is the cube root of x. We want an approximation for f of 10 using a tangent line. So again, as soon as I see tangent line, I'm thinking point. They were nice enough to give us the point, and I need the slope. So in order to get the slope, I got to take the derivative of that. Derivative of that's going to be 1/3 x to the negative 2/3. I want to put 8 in there and see what I get. So it would help us if we flip it, right? Make it 1/3 and then 1/x to the 2/3. And then we're going to put 8 in there. So when I put 8 in there, 3rd root of 8 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 1/3 times 1/4 gives me 1/12. So that's my slope. So y minus 2 equals 1/12 times x minus 8. All right, we're trying to approximate f of 10, so we're going to put that in. I'm going to get y minus 2 equals 1/12 times 10 minus 8, so times 2. So I'll put 2 up there, which really is 1/6. So when I add, I'm going to get 2 plus 1/6. 2 and a 6 isn't there, but if you just make that 12/6, 12/6 plus 1/6 is equal to 13/6, and that's option C.